Greetings, friends. So today, December 8th, I went to visit my grandpa Robert, where he lives in his retirement home because I had the day off work. And this time they wouldn't let me into the building because I don't have, you can imagine what, I don't have the papers. So my grandpa was very confused because he doesn't have a lot of short-term memory. And the general manager got involved. And if you've seen my video on what happened last spring, I had an encounter with him before, and he threatened to call the cops on me for trying to stop a certain procedure from taking place. Ultimately, I failed in that, but this is the same guy. Lord forgive me, because it's very difficult not to insult this man because he has a very condescending way of talking. He's effeminate. He tries to micromanage my grandfather and sugarcoat everything, and then talk to my grandpa in front of my face, like micromanaging. I mean, I guess we're all trying to influence my grandpa, but I said, Grandpa, this guy is a government stooge, and he didn't. And so Lord forgive me. I shouldn't be insulting. That was. I'm supposed to keep my cool. Generally I did, but that was one way in which I didn't keep my cool, so forgive me. I got there around noon and left around 1:30, and the entire time I was outside, practically the whole time. It was getting cold. It was like below zero, so it's freezing. Some of you might say, oh, well, you knew this is coming. Of course, yeah, none of this is surprising. I just thought I would fill you in on what's happening. It's sad, of course, and they have all the Christmas decorations up in the retirement home, like Joy to the World and all this stuff, and it's like, yeah, real Christmas spirit here. You couldn't even wait to the new year. I mean, not that I agree with what they're doing, but you couldn't even wait to the new year. You had to do it as Christmas season is getting going to separate people from their loved ones, from their family. So I thought it was so pathetic and sad. I'm gonna keep visiting my grandpa. And he was trying to go in there and say, like, he can't understand why they're not letting me in there, and they just keep feeding him the same lies, and they're saying, like, well, they're saying that I can go get it, go get the procedure done, as like, do they believe I'm gonna do that after everything that's happened? Look, even if it was. And I have to be careful about what I say here. I'm just talking about something hypothetical in a fairy tale. The candy cane magic unicorn stick, even if it was just sugar and not what the magic wizard claimed it was, I still wouldn't get it. The candy cane, Christmas time. I wouldn't get it because it's a ritual of submission. Alone, that alone, forget all the other reasons, that alone would be reason enough. After everything that's happened, after so many lies are tied up with one thing, well, more than one thing, but it's associated with so many lies, and who is the father of lies? It is the devil. That alone is reason enough not to come anywhere near this thing, if you can, if you have knowledge. Now, I know some people are forced. Well, not forced, but, we all crack at certain points. And I can't say what my cracking point would be, but I'm trying my best to stay sane. I have a lot of help from God. I pray regularly. It does help. So that's pretty much what happened today. But I told my grandpa and I assured him that, this is causing a scene. This is not a real scene. It would have been a real scene if I forced my way in there. Then they would have called the police. And I told my grandpa wanted me to just come in. I said, well, that's what's going to happen. So, but it is a form of protest just to show up. Like, you think I'm just going to go away? No, I'll stay. I'll kind of camp out outside your building, and we will hang out outside. And I'll come on Christmas, and I'll bring a propane heater with me. I'll bring like extra warm clothing. I'll bring whatever I need to bring to stay warm. Because we're going to be doing this outside now. And everyone in the retirement home is going to see this. And a lot of the staff are going to see this. And when you ever try to ask them any questions, like, so if this is, and again, I have to be careful what I say, but just basically like third grade level questions a fifth grade person could ask. And the general manager is telling me, well, I don't know, Google it. I mean, okay, it's one thing to say, it's one thing to be like, look, I know this is kind of crazy, but I have to keep my job too. Can you work with us here? I mean, I know it's not a great situation. Like, okay, if you approached it from that tact, I would have more sympathy. And again, I'm not excusing myself that I lost my cool. That's not all right. But this guy is a believer. He believes in this new religion, but you're not willing to defend it with any basic argument at all. Oh, just complete abhorrence to even having to explain the most simple questions about what this thing is, even what you call it, even the name you call it. Oh, it's supposed to protect you from getting something. Oh, it's not? Then why do you call it this? Even a question like that. I hope you know what I mean. Even a question like that, an abhorrent thing to ask. Google it. I'm going to keep going there. We'll see what happens. It's not surprising. We all knew this moment would come one day. This will probably be a permanent thing. There probably won't be any videos of me inside Robert's room anymore. I'm resigned that I may end up homeless or dead or in a concentration camp. I don't think that's too exaggerated to talk of concentration camps. They're already being prepared. Containment camps, whatever you want to call them, for people like me. They're coming. They're already here. Or they'll tie me down and force me to take the candy cane unicorn against my will, which is another unpleasant thought. I don't know how to think about that. That's also a very dark possibility. But it's not the same if you submit willfully. That's a different thing. That's a different thing. So in the meantime, I am sad, but I feel good in other ways. This world is temporary. This earthly life is temporary. I pray to God for strength every day. I pray to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I use my icons here. These are old icons. I'll get some new ones eventually, but this is what I have for now. I have I don't know if you can see that. That's Jesus, of course, and then Jesus again with I suppose that's the apostles, and he's the tree. Jesus is the tree of life. So my two icons there. And then I have this little thing here. Mother of God, Theotokos. I'm praying to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit for strength. And it does give me strength. And strange things happen when you pray regularly. Strange coincidences, positive coincidences, they do happen. They do happen. Quite frequently, actually. Oh, and also at my work, I thought I would tack this on because it's related. They were also asking me if I had the candy cane magic thing at my work about 2 weeks ago. And I was thinking, am I going to be forced out of this job? Because someone from the government showed up and put the fright in them that they had to comply. And so they came around asking us, like, do you have it? And then one of my bosses asked me that. Another one of my bosses asked me, are you going to get it? And in both cases I said, no, I don't have it. No, I'm not going to get it. The candy cane, that is. I'm not going to get the candy cane unicorn magic stuff. And then they said, well, if you have your papers, you got to bring that. A number of people there don't have it. Nothing seemed to have come of it so far. They were having us fill out a questionnaire. If you have any symptoms of symptoms, then you got to check, obviously, no, I don't have any symptoms. And you sign it and date it. And that's it. You hand in this little paper. They haven't even been collecting it a lot of the last few days. So I don't even know what's going on. Just a simple bureaucratic thing that they're going through. But, the future is kind of gray and murky here. I don't know, because a few months, it's all a matter of numbers, right? If there are most people there, if they have it, and then we're already in a minority, but if you're really in a minority, then maybe they can afford to let you go, So I don't know what's down the road. Down the road, we're going to end up in a concentration camp, but that's okay, because life is temporary, and what's at stake is your very soul. Your very soul is what's at stake here, and you can't ever forget that. Hasta luego, amigos.